Hi folks, I hope everybody's doing good. Today we're going to talk about the gun stock pattern, which is one of my favorite patterns besides the Barlow. My Barlow would probably be my favorite, but I really like the gun stock patterns, and I want to talk about the JWK Sharpshooter. But before we do that, a little bit of news. Ethan Ferry, the guy who won the giveaway last weekend, still hasn't contacted me. So I'm going to give him till Saturday to contact me about winning his gift or prize. Should he not contact me by Saturday, I will be redrawing another name. And that's for the Rough Rider Reserve Hippo Toe. This here is a Rough Rider Reserve that's called a Gunlock. And I'm going to kind of use that to compare the $40 Gunlock with the $275 JWK Sharpshooter. But first, before we do that, I want to show you guys something. In this box, this came from Idaho, where is the headquarters and manufacturing building for Buck Knives. Is a pouch, a leather pouch. Now, there's nothing in it, but imagine, if you will, a Buck 110 custom with, it'll be the 420HC. It'll be a high-polished blade, clip blade, with nickel silver bolsters, not the brass, and it'll be elk horn, a nice elk stag handle, with no pin shown. I ordered a custom. See, it's empty. I ordered a custom from Buck. Takes 8 weeks to make it. And I want to let you know that that was $180 to get a custom Buck 110 straight from the factory. Handmade. Well, mostly handmade. So remember that price point, $180 for that. A little bit expensive, but it's, imagine everything I told you, how beautiful that's going to look. And you guys will be the first to see it when it arrives 8 weeks from now. So now let's talk about price points. The modern interpretation knives. Now, we've had Lion Steel do a bunch of them. The Viper, the Barlows. In fact, let me see. I think I got one of the Barlows over here somewhere. Might have put it away. But you guys are all familiar with the Lion Steel. And those modern interpretations made in Italy are like $140. And you can get stag handle. You can get a Barlow. God, I wish I didn't put that one away. Yeah, you can get the Lion Steel Barlow with the stag handle for $150. So, but anyway, let's get to the modern interpretation, timeless design. And, you know, I don't want to knock Ben Belkin. I'm sure his operating costs were high. I heard he had a hard time finding an OEM, which is a manufacturer that will build it for him. And I do kind of relate to him where he talks about here was my grandfather. He carried a well-used slip joint knife in his pocket every day. As far back as I can remember, I was fascinated with his knives and couldn't wait to have one just like it. Well, my father, when I was 6 years old, took me out fishing, opened up his tackle box, and I think it was a gun stock pattern, but it was a jackknife. It had a main blade. Let's get a jackknife. Of course, this wouldn't be what he was carrying, but it kind of reminds me of what it was, but it was completely rusted. And when I heard that slip joint sound snapping away for the first time in my life, granted I was 6 years old, so I'd never even seen a knife that folded in half. I mean, all I was familiar with was kitchen knives, you know, like a steak knife or a big chef's knife that Ma was using in the kitchen. But I was fascinated with it, even though it was all rusty and he kept it in his tackle box. So I can relate to that. That was my first where I actually got goosebumps. Just seeing a knife for the first time. And of course, the next year I joined the Cub Scouts and got my first knife on my own. But anyway, so I can relate to Ben and what he's trying to do. I'm not trying to shut down his business. There's plenty of people that are going to buy these at that price point. I think he's marketing it more towards the younger folks with the bigger paychecks, the ones that buy the Medfords and the Pinas and the, kind of like Pete, rich guys. Sorry, Pete. But yeah, no, Warthog's not rich. It may look like it, but every knife on this counter right here is substantially less than what the Jack Wolf knife is. But I bought one anyway. Will I sell it? I don't know. Will I keep it? I don't know. But we're going to take a look at it. Excuse me. Now, a good alternative. You guys might be a little surprised that I'm pulling a Rough Rider Reserve as a good alternative. But let's take a look, if you will. Both come in a box, right? Let's pull this tube out. Of course, this is a much classier box than the Rough Rider box. But remember, $40, $275. Really cool artwork. Love it. Just love it. But it's a tube. The Rough Rider. Not so cool of a tube. Not so cool for artwork. But it's a tube. So we'll open this one up. What do you get inside? Well, you get a cleaning cloth. And in here is a knife. Beautiful black micarta. And a cleaning cloth. And you do, for the price point, get a really nice sleeve. Leather sleeve. Jack Wolf knives. Really well done. So, and that's it. You get a little button, which is cardboard, and a sticker, which was kind of mangled. I had to put it in a old school telephone book to try and straighten it out. So maybe in his next, I know that the next knife, the next release is coming out. I don't know as of right now what I'm going to be doing as far as more of Jack Wolf knives. But I just want to kind of get a point across. Now, both of these are made in China, if that's a big deal for anyone. It's not a big deal for me. It just means that the quality on this is outstanding, but it's made all on a CNC. Whereas this Taylor's Eyewitness, which is $100 cheaper, was all handmade. So you got CNC made and handmade. Of course, this is a Barlow and this is a gun stock. But let's take a look at this other Chinese made product. And of course you get the cleaning cloth. You don't get no stickers or buttons or anything like that. But a beautiful gun stock nonetheless. Very well done. And we'll take a look at both of those once I get these tubes out of the way. We'll set them down over here to get the tubes and all the marketing stuff out of the way. And let's kind of compare them. So for the people that, I know everyone's knife budget is different. Maybe your knife budget doesn't allow you to get a $275 knife. Or maybe your budget does and you missed out. Here's a couple different, let's try and keep this from turning yellow. This lighting in here. I don't know why everything's turning yellow. Let's move this light down a little bit. There we go. You got Jack Wolf and Rough Rider Gunlock. Two gun stock patterns, $40, $275. Now, of course, you're going to get titanium here with the torque screws where this is pinned. And, of course, the steel on the Jack Wolf knife is a premium steel. Jack Wolf. Is it M390, I believe? M390 steel with a beautiful full hollow grind on there. It is well done. $275 worth of well done. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Now, there's a lot of people out there that pay, like I said, $600 for a Medford knife that are probably just going gaga over something like this. But to me, I mean, it's titanium. That doesn't give me goosebumps. My Carta doesn't give me goosebumps. The blade doesn't give me goosebumps. But it would be a very durable user. Well done. $275 worth of well done. Let's take a look at the Rough Rider Reserve. This is called a Gunlock because it actually has a lock. And this is a blue denim micarta. As you'll see, no gapping, maybe a little bit of a gap here. Whoops. But everything seems pretty tight on it. It has a half stop and it locks up tight. D2 steel. It's not a real premium steel, but it's a good steel nonetheless. D2 China. And it locks up nicely. No wobble. And it has a half stop. It's not often you see a locking blade with a half stop. So it has walk and talk. $40 for Gunstock fans. So yeah, this is going to be part of my Rough Rider Reserve collection. I did order another hippo toe for myself. But like I said, since Ethan has not contacted me, we're going to do it, probably pull another name in a couple days. So let's put that down, and let's put this down. This will look really cool when this micarta washes out and gets worn out. So I don't want to be completely negative with it. I'm just saying I think the price point may be a little bit high because I'm a Barlow fan, and I found this for $230. This here is a Northwoods Harrison Bay Barlow. Let's try and get a little light on there. For $230. Also with a leather sleeve, a coin, and all the little marketing stuff. In a black micarta that's much more refined. Black linen micarta. And of course these here are, now I could probably put this on eBay and probably get 400 plus for it. So I was actually really lucky to find this for 230. But so you're a Gunstock fan and you want to see some of the Warthog collection gun stocks. Well, here's another option. This one for $40. This is a Frost gun stock. 2 blades. But check this out. This is also, it's called the Big Lou. And I'll do a video on this. This is also a locking knife. And this, almost cut myself, has the pen blade release. So it locks up there and releases there. Find this on eBay, very well done, $40 rather than $275. So we'll put that down. Something I picked up recently, which gives me goosebumps. This is the Shatton Morgan File and Wire series. The Worm Groove. I'll do a full video on this too soon. Check this out. Not a flaw on it. Shiny and bone. Is it down the middle? Yes, it is. Now check out this wicked blade. Lots of walk and talk. It's a saber grind. As you'll see, the thickest part of the blade is right here in the middle. Very thick stock of steel because the back spring is thicker than most. Well, it's as thick as those anyway. Shat Morgan file and wire tested. So is that giving you guys goosebumps? But anyway, what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to do a video on all my gun stock patterns. And this here was $100 less than this here. So all the power to you, Ben. I heard it was a successful launch. And I know a lot of people are giddy on modern interpretations. But to me, good old Warthog, Grandpa Warthog, still likes the Grandpa knives. Little shine, a little luster, very unique. Got the nice shiny cap to it. Titanium and micarta. Good materials. Bone and nickel silver. Better materials. Until next time, my friends, take care. Peace. Bye-bye.